Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get some noise in this house.
And they know that they not like us. We ain't gon' do it. The only thing that can stop me is me. If you're doing this for the women you losing, do this shit for yourself. I do this shit for myself.
Real man of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Daily Profiler Statistician.
Mr. Daily Profiler Statman.
While others guess where the market might go, you crunch the numbers, projecting highs and lows with surgical precision.
The high of day, low of day, you've got them dialed in.
London Open, you've measured it New York over under. You've tested it Asia range. You've logged every tick since 2018.
No lagging indicators for this guy.
Only you can say, based on the last 47 days, there's a 63% chance the high of the day forms before 11 a.m.
Probability never sounded so small.
So crack open a cold one, because trading isn't luck, it's statistics and a really big spreadsheet.
It's Mr. Daily Profiler Statman.
Good morning, everyone. Please give me 1 second. I'm unable to connect my camera for like 5 minutes now. We do love us some technical issues. All right. Readjust that. There we go. All right, let's try again. Oh, there we go. Okay, looks like we're all good now. This here. If I can. If I can. Why is it not allowing me to do so? There we go. All right, all good. Good morning, guys. Good freaking morning. All right, let's see where Dex is. Dex here on the, wow, that is a big 2 a.m. hour. That is a big 2 a.m. hour for sure. And then, all right, little fruit fly. So, where are we for this morning? Yes, you can see we have a pretty volatile Monday open so far. Definitely a pretty big Asia session here. And also this 2 a.m. hour here in London, a lot of movement, which overextended us for the morning. You can see we have all the hourly probabilities below us, except for even 2 a.m. is down here. Oh, why is my chair not moving? Hello. There we go. So yeah, we have some nice probabilities over here on the downside. However, I'm not ruling out a possible upside day where we're just going to be ripping up in a straight line. So we're going to see first where we break out. Do we break out to the upside or downside? And then we'll go from there. Daily profiler wise, you can see we're long out of the London range, 1 to 2 a.m. Asia was also long through. New York 2 was long falls yesterday, but that is on a Friday with a pretty massive open, daily open. So I'm not ruling out the short, but I'm not ruling out the buy either. We might get both today. Naturally, we want to do that within the higher probability time windows for both. Let's start putting some stats on to the daily profiler here. If I can. All right. So we are long falls for Asia. Oh, shoot. And then my daily profiler starts acting up. Long falls for Asia. Long true, sorry. We are long falls broken for New York 2. And then we are also long in London. That gives our base for today. Can I put this somewhere I can? So we have, let's see, we have a 70% chance of breaking the Asian OU, which is all the way in the middle of the 18 range here. Not the highest of probabilities. 70 is actually quite low, if anything. But we're not really going to be using the Asian OU today. I mean, look how far up we are. Let's just be realistic. We're not expecting a drop like that. So we can rule that out for now. Then also we have, let's take a look at our high of day, low of day. So we have a low of day at 18. Perfect. Strong low of day. Could be the base for a strong bullish candle today. And then we just made the high at 3. If we go session-based highs and lows, let's take a look. Asia 18 is set. Do we also have a instat for London? That would be 1 to 110, all the way up to 150 to 2. We got the 150 to 2. So yeah, we have a decent session-based low. So far we're looking very bullish with instat lows across every session. If we want to see if we potentially go false, which would mean we take the low of the London range here. What is the highest probable time of doing so? Where do we most likely set the high in? Right here between 3 and 310. That's one of the highest probabilities for that, but we also have 310 to 320 window. So we just want to make sure we know that we're in a high probability time window of potential reversal happening. It's something we can keep an eye out on. All right, well, we're just gonna have a wait and see where we go. Distribution wise, should be custom range 1. Three to 6, yeah. Let's take a look at the distribution for our session today. We got 0.27%. We started right there. 0.27% would be right here. So we still, again, I'm expecting more than this to happen this morning. We are very volatile. But that's something we're going to just keep in the back of our mind for potential false or reversal trade. Then also on the other hand, we have this Asia range here in yellow. This has about a 80. I do have to double check that real quick if I can. Oh wait, you can check it like so. All right, so we have about a 83% probability of retracing from this red box to this yellow box every day. So you have these probability levels over here. This whole yellow thing is an 83. So from here to here is an 83% probability. Does that mean it happens right now during London? No. But then again, stats over stats. The highest probable time window of doing so is London between 3 and 6 a.m. So this time window right here is the highest probable time of doing so. So yeah, shorts are looking very nice for this morning. We're looking, we have a lot of stats to the downside, but I won't be mad buying this morning since buys have been the play all day, and it's still looking like we'll do. I'm also fine taking a buy, betting on that continuation happening, seeing if we can get to distro for the morning to the upside, and if not, if we take a buy and we fail, we go back in. No worries. We'll take a business expense and potentially get a short to make up for it. But that's going to be the plan for today. See where we trade above or below London Open. This is the 5-minute London Open candle. And then we'll go from there. Now it's just a waiting game. We do have a pretty big London Open range, though. This is way bigger than your average. But that's okay. Maybe spices things up for the Monday morning. We usually don't have much volume on a Monday London morning. Also on NQ, same stuff. There you already had a breakout apparently on MNQ. But ES and MNQ and everything move pretty similar. Stats and everything are very close together too. Usually in terms of daily profiler stats, it's not too big of a difference. 1 to 2%, 1 to 3% across certain retracements and high and low probabilities. Let's see, who do we have in chat? Sebastian, good morning. Cheetake, cracked disc, howdy. Howdy. All right. I'm gonna put a little background music on to fill the background up. Let's see you in jazz. Oh, that wasn't fun. Is it me or is this beat a little off? Yeah, I'd much prefer this. Okay, 1 second. Gotta double check the sound here. All right, that's better. All right, we're breaking to the upside here. So we're looking for a long for 0.07. High probable 3 a.m. open hour target. All right. So we're long. Shooting for a bit of cash flow. I'm not putting my stop at the other side of the range, as that would be a bit of a killer stop. Okay. Arnie triggered. It did. No. Oh, it did. Right on here. I thought I had an alert set. What is happening? No alerts. Okay. Let me quickly enter that. There we go. All right, so we're long. Seeing if we can extend above, continue this bullish rip that we're having. Don't be afraid to buy sometimes when all stats are below. If there's still so, it's not all stats, but retracement wise, hourly retracements we are. I'll still take longs. A lot of the time, if we're really trendy for a day, we'll just see us go one way and pretty much ignore most of these for mostly the London session at least. Usually during New York, you'll see a 930 retracement back to these stats. But in London, it's slightly different. We're less volatile. So you get away with following the trend a lot more. To show you a little here. Well, these were in line with hourly retracements. But a lot of the time, like right here, we were very bullish, just following where we were already going. Same with shorts here. And you can see how many times we actually make this move from the red range to the yellow one. Like I keep saying, highest probable window is London. If we don't do it during London, you'll see usually it's right at 9:30 or at the end of the day we do so. You see a lot of the times we make that retracement. So I'm still betting on that retracement down for today, but we'll have to see. It could also be that we see one of the most trendy days in a while. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we do. See if we start going anywhere. Like I said, we do go back down. We can shoot for a base hit and then extend the target towards some high probability levels. We have a high probability area right here. 275% levels stacked. Right below the London OU as well. Now, this would be betting on a false at the same time, as going down to these targets would be in line with a false London false, us taking the upper side of this range and then back down instead of true breaking above and holding above. That's where we can look at the daily profiler and check what will most likely happen if we false. Let's take a look. London false. Time of day of going false. Pretty much this first hour, 3 to 4. And we're not expecting that big of a drop in these next half an hour. But who knows? And then session high and low. Our high would be set between 3, like I said, 3 to 320. Most likely. We also have a decent probability right around 330 to 340. But we got the 320 to 330. It looks like. Yeah, 322. Okay. And then if we put this to daily profiler, there we go. Okay. Let's see where we go for the morning. Right now, we trace back into the 05 range here for the London range. See, maybe we want to go short. If we do go short, I'll look to target 0.07% with extended TP being right here around these higher probability levels or even lower. It really depends on what happens if we do go down. Monday chop. We're used to the Monday chop. It's still pretty high volatility. As you can see, we've moved 0.15%. That's not bad on ES in the first half an hour. But we haven't really moved outside of this 05 yet. Which the 3 to 4 a.m. hour is one of the highest moving London hours. Or providing the most distribution usually for the London session. So, so far, not really seeing that yet. Arnie also going the opposite way. If we were to look at the old London range, that would be right here, forming still. Would have actually just formed. We'd be right at the London OU of this range. So if this breaks to the downside, that might be our first clue that this might turn into a false, and this might be a short true. And I look for the high probability short with trading targets. But we also know, and this is where it gets interesting, because we know that we have a few 75% levels here. We have the other side of this London range. But what do we also have? Well, if we cross this, we've also crossed the halfway mark for this 18 range, which again has an 83% chance of happening every day. So where do you trail your targets? What I'm gonna do, if we do break down, cash flow hit, take partials, let a contract or a few contracts run for extended targets, because we do have so many probabilities down. And then final target is either going to be this 75% level here, or if we get a new 05, right? Let's say we drop, you have a new 05, maybe let's say here, let's do right here. We just got to this level, we're making a new 05 and we break below, then I can look to target 0.05% from that breakout of that 05, which I know is a high probability cash flow target for an 05 box on the ES, and then have that as my final TP. And that way you do squeeze out an extra 0.13% with a few less contracts. So that's the game plan for shorts. For longs, it's pretty similar. It's going to be cash flow target. We know we have more distribution in the tank. So if this were to go up in this next half an hour and hit TP, makes a new 05 box here, will probably be bigger, maybe something like this. And we break above that again, extend for another 0.05% off of that box, or close that last few contracts when we close below this 05 here. We'll see. Oh, my phone. Don't want that to vibrate. I can't change it. Hello? There we go. I think you guys can hear it in the mic, so. I'm gonna be backtesting a shit ton today on this again. I was a bit sick at the end of last week. Non-impact traders will know, so I couldn't get to my screen time that I wanted. Sadly. Or not sick, but I was feeling like shit. Let's just put it that way. This is looking nice on Arnie. All right, what happened on M&Q and everything here? Kind of the same thing, but also no. Yeah, this would have to move quite a lot more as well. Cool. All right. I'm gonna go get another coffee. I absorbed this one way too quick. I could use another one. So I'm just gonna let price do its thing here. See where we end up, and then see how we can execute this live. See if we do go down. I really want to see a short this morning. On the other hand, if we just continue long, I can show you the trailing method using an 05 potentially. We'll see. For now, it looks like we're struggling to go higher on these US indices. So I'm not ruling out a reversal. Just not really. Let's take a look. MQ 325. These highs that we put in are just not really nice highs. It's not what we want to see. How big is the range on this thing? It's pretty big. Yeah. All right. I'll be right back, guys. We'll just let price do its thing. I'm gonna go get a coffee. And on days like this, where you're not really getting a lot of movement your way, or anyway, actually, we're still in that 05 for the most part. Just treat yourself on some extra coffee or whatever you like. Keep it nice and bearable for yourself. Also, let me know if the background audio is too loud, maybe. Or is this fine? I kind of want to change the color of these ranges that we have. All right, let's do that real quick. So we have London ranges in red. My theme is pretty much... Actually, hold on. Why is this pulled on? There we go. I'm gonna see if I can make this a little bit of like this would be more yellowy. I kind of like this. Max opacity. Let's make this. Maybe make this a little bit more orange. Maybe like this. Yeah. Cool. And then for our second range, because we don't want to have the same color, we'll do Asia. Let's make Asia gray, I think, for this one. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Okay, so we just made a new high. London 320 to 330 range would be long right now. This would have been the break. If we go look at MNQ, MNQ is getting a little more commitment above this range, but on the other hand, this is also a it's a bit of a 50-50. So what I've noticed backtesting the difference between MNQ and ES in London is for some reason ES just gets more consistent commitment above our London dealing range, where MNQ will be a bit more choppy, a bit more unforgiving on choppy days, more wicks. That's again, a lot of people ask me now and then. That's the main reason why I'm on ES. Is just a bit more of a clean move usually above or below London open, and then also volume wise, overall just a bit cleaner, just less wicks, less crazy volatility. If Trump tweets, I'd rather be on an ES trade than M and Q. Even though they'll both explode, for some reason, ES is just always a bit more forgiving. Same on choppy days. M&Q will usually tend to wick more outside of this London range than maybe ES does, which stays inside. And again, if M&Q goes down, ES goes down. If ES goes up, M&Q goes up. It's usually they're pretty similar. It's not exact, but they're close enough. You can see it right now too. The only difference really is this commitment here. And again, this was just a bigger range. Look at this candle. We had a very big candle here at 304, which we didn't really on M&Q. That's fine. All right, so I have 0.07 here, cash flow target. Right here, this will be where 2/3 of the position will go off. And then we'll let the last 1/3 run for an extended TP. If we get there. If. And this is what I'm saying with don't be afraid to sometimes buy against these retracement probabilities down here. Again, if the daily profiler is agreeing that we might still go higher, right? Your stats are saying, nope, this is not where you'd expect the reversal to happen. Don't expect it. And if it does happen, react. You don't have to predict anything. Just let the market guide you. If you're wrong, take a cash flow take a business expense. You're wrong, go again. Let's see what happens there. So also 320 to 330, like I said, is also long now with the break above. So we have everything agreeing long. Let's see if we can get a bit of commitment towards that long here. Probability of going false, 58% for London. Not the highest. It's been higher. But still more than a coin flip of a chance of going false. So we got to keep that in mind. Let's take a look at our high that we set. All right, so we now have a 339 high. If we expect to go false, that is a decent high to go false. But again, just gonna keep that in mind. See what happens. The problem right now that we're having is with this combination, the real high probability high was 3 to 310. And even slightly before. Now, the further we go into this session, kind of the lower the probability gets of us setting that high to go false. DEX being retarded again. Sometimes these London mornings. Yeah, ES is kind of doing the same. We're slightly going up, but we're also not really committing much higher. And Q and M and Q are a bit cleaner this morning, which is rare. This is quite rare in a London session. It's usually the other way around. But it doesn't matter. I keep saying it, right? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Take a business expense, cut the trade, see if we get a nice short. We have so much playroom here. We don't really have anything up here. We have lots of probabilities to the downside, including this Asian open range, which I'm going to make slightly darker. There we go. Again, if I go to the 5 minute and just go back a little, take a look at all these days where we went from this range to this range. Right? Yesterday, or not yesterday, Friday, yes. Thursday, yes. Wednesday. Tuesday. Right here. We were all the way up here. Bang. This one, they were close together. Look at this. Boom, boom. Right in London. Boom. Off day, super trendy day. Again, this is the first day in 2 weeks. Stacked. If they're stacked on top of each other, you can expect a more choppy day usually, which happened here twice. 3 times actually. Right here you can see, boom, the moment they weren't stacked, it hit again, hit again. Anomaly day. But you can clearly see how that 83% probability is holding its ground here. Lots of these retracements happening if we're not stacked. Look at this, accepting below, that's what I'm saying, just trade with price. The moment we break above, boom, back to that 18 range. And you can do the same thing with New York. So there's also a New York range for this, which is 9:30 to... well, this is not the cleanest of days where it happened. Let's take a different day. Yeah, another one is 9:30's 5-minute box to... or 1 minute. Gotta double check that. Pretty sure 5 minutes. So 9:30 to London is also one. If you make the 9:30 range, there is a... oh, I turned the document off. But you can kind of do the same thing. Now let's quickly go back to the charts here. Yeah, failing to accept higher at the moment. Let's open this up. All right, so that's bullish or bearish. Let's see, correlation. Yeah. So that would be this right here, going from 9:30. If I can, 9:30, right here. This is the 1 minute candle. You take the 5 minutes. You could also do the 1 minute candle. So from 9:30 to London, this one is also a gunship move like that. So for us New York traders out there that want to have something similar to that Asian range, you can use the London range or the Asian, but the London range is going to be higher probability, as it's usually going to be slightly closer. If it's not closer, use the Asian range. That's what I'll say. And then whatever your day is looking like, so the way these ranges are set up can tell you a story about the daily candle. So I can for example, see if we have a 1, 2, 3, we have a stupid high probability of having a bullish day. What a 1, 2, 3 is you have zone 1 below, zone 2 above zone 1, and then zone 3 above zone 2. That will usually give you a bullish daily candle. This would be the example of a 3, 2, or 1, 2, 3 to the downside. So a 3, 2, 1. I'm saying it correctly. Where's my 3, 2, 1? Yeah. So this is 1, 2, 3. And to the upside would be am I messing this up? Oh, it's like this. 1 is above 2, 2 is above 3, or you have 3 is below 2. So for this day, it would be clearly 1, 2, 3. You'd expect a bearish daily candle, which I don't think we did this day. This might be an anomaly. Yes, this was actually a bullish day. This one right here, this is a 2, 1, 3 because 930 was below here. Then you can look up the probabilities for that. 2, 1, 3s. 2, 1, 3s. Those are actually also more bearish than bullish. But they can also be... They're also the more choppy combination of a day. So it's actually pretty funny. This is how I usually late New York kind of predict where we're going in the last hour. Just using stats. What I'm talking about is... I'll try and find an example. And then I'm going to start dropping these bombs. And we'll just look at price. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Do we have a nice example? This doesn't happen too much, but it happens now and then. Yeah. 1, 2, and then the 3 is above. So that would be a 3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2. Yeah. Okay, so a 3, 1, 2. So 3 is above 1, and then 1 is above 2. Yes. Is actually, it's not the cleanest of examples, but I'll just show you just because we can. 930 is up there. So let's say this is like the 930 range. It's not exactly, but we'll just pretend that it is. This combination here, so London Open is above Asian Open, and Asian Open is above London Open. Yep. This is actually a very bullish combination. For some reason, I don't know why, but it is a very bullish combination. Now, this happened on top step, right? If this is your daily open, this is the opening of the candle. This is wick below here. And this is also all wick. So you have a big doji candle on the daily. At that point, late New York, if we're here trying to break down, I've seen this on Top Step TV. I was watching Top Step TV in a similar scenario like this, and they were all going short because we were breaking above the opening prices or breaking below. So let's pretend like, right, the opening price was like maybe right here. So a lot of traders go short here on Top Step TV at the time. But I know probability wise, we had like at that point, I think it was a 88% probability of closing the day bullish with this combination. So if I know, right, if the opening price is here and we have an 88% probability of closing above this with this combination and we're below at the last few hours of the daily candle, do I want to be shorting? No, that is a stupid high probability, 88%. And we're close to that opening price. So I was watching the Top Step TV and then prices went up and we closed bullish for the day. And they didn't know why. They were like, yeah, this was the most perfect short ever. But again, trading can be so simple if you just watch probabilities, just react on what they're doing. I'm not here chasing price. We're just letting it do its thing. Did I delete the 930 box that I... No. Nice little gunship hack of knowing, well, not knowing, but being on the right side of potentially power hour now and then. If you're close to the opening price. Just look at probabilities. What is the daily candle saying? What are the probabilities for the daily candle you're currently in? What is the most likely close? Is it going to be bullish or bearish? There's many ways of doing this. It's not those ranges that I use is the gunship way of doing it. But just smack a daily profiler on, you can do the same thing, or have a daily candle anatomy will probably tell you the same thing. What are we doing volume wise? We're aggressive with buying. It's like we have a sell wall up here though. Take a look at M&Q real quick. Actually starting to decline in buy pressure. What happened? That happened. Interesting. All right. Let's see. DEX. Oh my gosh. Holy chop hour. All right. I'm going to go get a coffee. We're staring at a chop for now. Not the prettiest of sessions so far, but I believe last week we had a very nice one and the week before. Let's take a quick look. Monday. No, that was a terrible one as well last Monday. Yeah. Well, terrible. I say terrible, but it was a clean day. Cash flow target was met here after a small business expense here. And then there was actually another trade. Am I saying this correctly? 440. Yeah, there was a reversal trade right here for 0.05%. So that was a green day. Even without that just would have been a small cash flow day. I'm on Tuesday. This is not Monday. This was Monday. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, yeah. This Monday was great. Failed to get to my target. Then you had, again, just cash flowing. So this is kind of the same like today where we had a bullish Asian range already. Stats below price. We took some stats out here with this little move. Failed to take the 18. Key sign that we might be going up. If we fail to retrace. Break above. And again, extended targets. Trailing, right? Cash flow hit. Next hourly 05. High was like this. Pretty sure. 0.05%. So this trade was extended like so with the last contract. And that is how you turn a loss into a nice cash flow day, because this extended TP will make you a lot. So it's okay being wrong. I keep saying it. Ooh, what is that? Big candle going down. Is this the Trump candle we've been waiting for? Also on DEX. Ooh. Might be. Might be. Okay, I'm out of this trade, guys. Out of the long. Stops were right below this low here. Originally, I was going to put it at the 50%. But after seeing price struggle, again, not putting all the way down here, the RR for this would be too much. Still want to be able to make back a potential loss, obviously. Also lower on the risk on this trade slightly, so it's fine. If we now get a nice short, we can make it all back. Have a nice, profitable day. If not, if we get chopped up this morning, then so be it. Yes, last week, every day was green. You can't always have green days. Or mornings, I should say. We still have New York later today. But if I hit my max loss, I won't be trading New York. I'll be doing it on a separate account. Not on the same. All right, let's see if we get a close below here. Yeah, and keep dropping like crazy as well. Huge drop. We've kind of woken up. At least that's what it looks like. They're getting ready to short, so this might be that high probable short that we're looking for. Again, we did set a nice... There we go. We did set a nicer high. This is also in the highest probable reversal time window for a short falls off of the 1 to 2 or 230 to... So that would be this range right here, which just flipped false actually with this move. So yeah, we cut the losses early on the long. Now let's see if we can get some acceptance here below price. Cash flow target 0.07, going to be taking 2/3 off, and then we'll let 1/3 run to potentially at least this right here, 75%. But we got to keep in mind, we do have this false low right here, and also the 18 open range with an 83% probability. I'll put this like so everyone can see the business expense on the screen as well. TP is set for this one. Stop also. All right, I'm gonna go get my coffee and let's see what happens. I think Arnie just took a loss. Yep. Man, that's not having it. Failed to go higher on DAX here. Been looking ugly this month so far, DAX. Not clean. Yeah. Big drop. Looks like we're also kind of sucking back in here on the S, but we'll see. Orders are set, so not much more we can do. Let's see if we start accepting below here. Maybe retrace. Again, 75% probabilities right here, which is actually on the lower end. I think we failed to retrace during London on Friday, maybe. 3 to 6, let's check. Yes, we did. So knowing that, even higher probability for today. 1 to 2 a.m. hours are also the midnight for my time also are just stupid high probability during London usually. So those are my favorites to look at. If we fail to retrace to those a few days in a row usually only makes me happier. Even though you see the probability start going down on the 1 minute time frame for those levels, you know that again, those probabilities that you have eventually you're going to get a super nice day retracing all those probabilities in once, cranking the average back up. So, all right. In terms of distribution, we have moved so far 0.19, so we have way more to go. Cool. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go get a coffee. All right, there we go. My chair, my gosh. I have one tip for y'all. Not trading related. Oh, this is why my chair is moving. Don't get an automated coffee machine. Get a manual one instead, where you grind your own beans and everything. Because this is for some reason, whenever you want a coffee, it tells you to clean the whole thing. You lose like 5 precious minutes of your life every morning cleaning the same machine over and over. No, this is not good. I left some screws out of my PC. Quickly put those in before my glass plate falls out or something. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're basically not doing much. We have one drop, and then that's it. How far did this go on M&Q? Tick rejected 0.10. Ouch. And then this short didn't happen on M&Q. Usually it's the other way around, but that's fine. And this might just be our first red morning in a while. Might just be. Last week was super green. Now this might be the first red morning. Still have plenty of distro left to go down. So distribution-wise, no problem at all. Let's take a look. Let's get the daily profiler here. So we are short falls on the new London range. This one we're still long. We did set a pretty nice high here. Let's take a look at the Asia start. And then see, we were long true along falls. Turn New York 2 off. 18 low of day, yes. Okay, London high of day, highest probability between 330 and 340 is what we set right here. So again, this high, stupid high probability high of being the high of the session so far. Then, where are we expecting the low? We're expecting lows near the end of the session, after 6. Let me see if my PC is not acting up this time. Can I open my snipping tool? I don't think I can. For some reason, whenever I use Restream, my PC stops giving me my search bar and Windows key for some reason. So I can't screenshot this, sadly. But what I can do is change the screen. So give me 1 second. I should be able to do this. Replace screen sharing. Entire screen. There we go. Screen 1. Boom. Okay, there we go. And then now we drag this over. Now you guys can see the daily profiler. If we go to London, right? Where are we most likely going to be making our low? Pretty even probabilities all throughout here. You can see that increase in probability starting pretty much after 6 right here. But more extremely here towards the end, between 6 and 7:30, 6:50 to 7:30. If we go to how we were, so we were long false broken, long true, long false broken, long true, and then we are long at the moment, but we're expecting if we go down a false, we'll keep it at this for now. We can see pretty even probabilities here. Low 1 to 110. Don't have that. So you pretty much have we have this low right here. However, we're basing all of this on a false happening. You can see that's also supporting a post 6 low right here. So all we need is that commitment, and then we can actually start to expect the end of day low, or end of session low, sorry. But you don't want to rule these out. These are all decent probabilities. Again, this is never, if you have a lot of this where it's pretty even, never just go, oh, this is slightly higher, so this is what I'm expecting. It's stats. This might be higher probability time clusters here. Never rule this out though. But what we can expect right now is either we're going to have a choppy session the way this is positioned, because we make a low somewhere around here. But right now, the low that's still holding is right here, 2 a.m. After 2 a.m., that is actually 2:03, which counts as the same time cluster. Which never happened before, apparently. Okay. So you can see this is the low that we're having. Hasn't happened before in the last 57 scenarios where we had this. Interesting. So that might be a first, or we take it. We'll see. We're currently not false though. Boom. Tough market, not gonna lie. Yes, it's a chop. Oh, that's all it is. Where did my? There we go. We're chopping across most instruments right now. That can happen. We have one impulsive move. DAX was actually pretty clean here today. But again, this system might also come to DAX. I'm pretty sure, from what I've heard, they're collecting stats on DAX soon, or now already, I'm not sure. If the daily profiler supports DAX, and we can see that certain levels actually hold the same weight as they do on NQ and ES and all those, then yeah, who knows? We might be adding DAX just and trade it just the same way. Maybe it's even better. Who knows? Right now, my DAX is just my no brain cash flow strategy. Currently in drawdown after having a pretty nice run, especially last month. I will say DAX has a lot of potential because it moves like crazy during London. If I can trade DAX the same way I do ES here, where I'm in Q, then I'm gonna be real. That could be very killer. Go look for those base hits, and then extended targets can be mental on DAX. I mean, just look at this day. If you take the 3 a.m. open, ignore the Arnie box, have a certain cash flow target, and then extend below. Who knows? But again, that's not what I want right now. Well, I do want it, but currently focused on ES and just trading DAX the way we traded. But yeah, on DAX, there's definitely been a bit of, I wouldn't say switch up in market behavior. Well, that's how you could call it actually in a way, but DAX has definitely been moving pretty much the opposite of what it used to at the beginning of this year. Going from very trendy to very choppy, going from lots of follow through to almost no follow through, and just projecting every high and low it sees, and then eventually going somewhere. It's pretty, oh shit, did I just duplicate it? It's pretty unforgiving at the moment. But at that point, again, I can be negative. I can think, hey, I'm in drawdown, shit. But I can also look at the positive. I'm only taking one trade a day on that thing. If I was taking multiple trades a day on this, in this market that it currently has, I would probably be broke. I would have been chopped up, faked out everywhere. So there's a positive to a negative as well. Always keep that in mind. Whenever you're trading, it's easy to fall into the habit of being sad and being negative, but lots of the time you have plenty of reasons to stay positive. Especially as a trader, you don't want to be too negative. You don't want to get into that habit of feeling shit because you took a few losses or you're in drawdown, however long it might be. Some traders have a drawdown period of a year, and then next year they make tons of money just because they tweaked one thing but stayed super consistent to the rest. You're closer than you think. If you're around break even, especially, it's not a guarantee that you're going to make money after, because a trader's journey is not unprofitable, break even, profitable. It can also be unprofitable, break even, unprofitable, break even, profitable, back to break even. Like, you have no guarantee. I see a lot of traders on social media say, oh, you're in a break even phase, you're going to be profitable next. That's not how it works. Sadly. Would have been nice if it did, but it doesn't. It can, however, be your first clue that, hey, you're doing something right. Because you're not blowing your entire portfolio. You're actually somewhat consistent. Now there's just a few tweaks to be made to either your system or yourself. Can be negative, can be positive. But if it turns out to be negative, revert, go back. Stuck at 3% profit on Arnie, but seeing this market, I'm happy. Who knows? Maybe this first half a month was terrible, and then suddenly this, at the end of this week and next week, it's only winners, right? You don't know. Again, I've had a ACG CFD account for over 2 years now. Stuck to Arnie on it, And I still have it. I've gotten multiple payouts on it. And we had shit periods, but we've also had really good periods. It's all about perspective. It's not the most killer account. I'm not making millions on the account, right? I'm not getting a payout every month. But it is providing me consistent cash flow throughout the year, so why delete it or change that all of a sudden? Again, if I can do it, why can't someone else do it? One of the main things is sometimes people miss a certain trade and take a loss and then get into a bit of a spiral of missing key periods. Or you start in a shit period with a new account and it takes a whole lot longer to get out. Like, there's so many different things that can have impact on how you're doing on a certain account or on life in general. Again, yeah, last week, every day was a winning day. And this is looking like a red day. Will be the first red day in 6 days. Well, boo-hoo. Actually, maybe even more. Let's see. Let's go to last week. This was Monday. Friday, green. So make that 7 days. I'm saying that correctly. Today would be day 6. So yeah, 7 days. This was super green. Let's take a look. You got chopped up a little here. Chopped up there. No short taken. Chopped up again. And then after, what happens? Boom. Makes back 1 loss. But you're still in a trade. What happens then? New hour opens. New 05 box. 0.05. You would have had an extended trade all the way up until there. And actually, at that point, you're not trailing to this. Because what do we have right above? The 18 range with 83% probability. We're in the highest probable time window of trading into this. So you could even extend all the way to 0.20. And this is how you turn red days into green days with one trade with extended TPs. And not just extended TPs because you feel like extending, but statistical measured extended TPs, which you know are high probability. So actually, the last red week, or red day, on the ES on London, again, another extended trade here to the 18 range. Would have been 1 trade and done. Let's take a look at volume here, volatility. Okay, so this would have been, probably would not have taken that trade. Too big of a stop, even bigger than today. Then we get an 05 formed right here, I think. Right here. Could have potentially been a trade coming off of the retest of the 05. Or this one here. With extended targets until the next 05, which would mean that's extended all the way down until 504. And then the break above here, which would be here, 0.23. Another green day. So actually the last red day is more than 2 weeks ago on ES. Can you imagine? Maybe this day here? No, cash flow targets hit again on this one too. The last red day is a while ago, guys. So, yeah. Can't be mad if this is a red day. We're still in this trade, so it's not over yet. But goes to show how long it's been for this system. And look where we're going. We're in profit now. Will I be back in the green if this hits TP here? No. Almost, because I went in with slightly one contract less in this one. But this is 2/3, right? I'm still leaving a runner here. This is a partial TP. Take that off for now. So we might not get a red day after all. We'll see. See if we get that partial TP hit with a slip. Okay. So 2/3 taken off. Now I'm letting the last bit of this trade run for more profits. Again, I know 18 open range below, 75% probability levels below. We're just gonna hold. We're just gonna see where we end up. We have these 75% probability levels here that I keep talking about today. London range low for a false. But we're near the end, 10:37. So what could be happening is right here at 5, we make a new 05, maybe around here. If that happens and we break below, 0.05% away from that 05 to the downside. But depends on how we move. Because if I extend this over to the low here for 0.17, I'm very green for the day as well. Well, just a nice cash flow day. So we're gonna see. We have a few nice levels below. 75% probabilities. London range low for a false, which is fully supported by everything. Again, instead high made. This turned false. Looking very good for a run all the way down to this low. Midnight open retraced as well. The London midnight open retracement. But yeah, now already, right? That first loss of the morning, almost fully made back. Went from minus 400 on that trade to now being only 120 in drawdown for the day. And if this final target here hits, we're going to be up around 250 for the day. And that's how you turn a red day into a green cash flow day. Potentially. We can also come back up. But that would still mean I took a big chunk off this first loss with this trade here. The problem today is that this 05 or this London range is so big and the volatility is so high. It makes it kind of harder to get those smaller stops. We do have to end the session in a bit. So probably this extended target will not be on the live, sadly. But that doesn't matter, red or green, extended TP hitting or not. We're just executing. We made a good chunk of that loss back. I can only be happy with the way this is going so far, because it was looking like a potentially quick red day with a quick chop in the big London range that we have, but that's not the case, so not complaining. Sometimes you got to be happy with happy with what the market gives you. All right, let's take a look at distribution. Right on 0.27. I'm pretty sure that's what we had. Yep, 0.27 for the Mondays. So distribution-wise, we fulfilled it morning. To the tick, almost. Again, statistics. If it happens a lot, I have no clue why, but if it happens a lot, then might as well make use of it. I don't want to know why it happens. I just know it happens. All right, I'm in the session here, guys. It's almost 10:45. It's been a nice run. I'm gonna let this extended TP run. If I get stopped out, I'll still be green on this trade. Slightly red on the day, but maybe get a post-session trade here at the next 5 a.m. hour, or a New York session trade. If one of those loses, lock it up for the day. Red day, first red day in over 2 weeks. So that can be what happens, right? You're never hitting the home run every day. Never getting a green day every day. But we can't complain with how stuff is going at the moment. Cool. I'm gonna end the session here, guys. Hope you all had some value. And I'll see you guys back traders tomorrow for the free side, or people watching this later. Yeah, same stream, same time next week, Monday. Cool. All right, enjoy your day, guys. Enjoy your week. Good luck during New York. And yeah, make sure to tune into Austin's stream in a few hours. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy your day.